Hey everyone, welcome to What It Flippin' Takes. I have these two beautiful friends of mine who I love dearly, and I'm so proud that they're on my show. Priscilla Connolly, she's with Priscilla Connolly Realty Group, and Jessie Wright is with San Diego Real Producers. She's one of the magazine producers and owners. Thank you guys for being on.
Thank you for
I'm
having
super
us.
excited. Yeah, I'm super excited. All these girls finally are on the show.
Woman power.
So anyways, the whole topic today about the show is basically working together and collaborating our sphere of people that we work with instead of just having competition. And so, you know, I felt that it was important having Jessie on here because with the magazine, she's kind of reunited the real estate just in general. I mean, you kind of like interview and you put people in your magazine and you have all these networking events. I mean, you have such a fun job. I know it's really hard.
It's hard, but yeah, it's totally a ton of fun too.
But you're totally lucky to be able to like come in like a firestorm. Like I said, firestorm. She came into San Diego and she's not from here, and just the complete you just came in like firestorm. I mean, that's what you did. Is like everyone knew who you were all of a sudden. So
cool.
I really look up to that
That's
because social media is hard to like conquer, I think, and
Right.
to really come in. And like Zabi was on last time. He's the
yeah.
same way. You and him are like on the same level.
Right.
Like, who are these people and where did they come from? But no, that's awesome. And then Priscilla, I mean, she's an amazing co-worker of mine. We've worked years together. We shared an office before, and we really were able to network and figure out the market.
Yeah, together we're working deals together.
Right.
And it was just
We just
great
shared a lot of
experience.
information, which constantly masterminding. As we work together,
learn
we
a lot from each other
mastermind.
too.
Yeah.
That was the cool thing about working next to that Jekka. We would learn and come up with ideas for both our business. So we were just helping each other. And
And
that
being
was really
able
cool.
to foresee the market,
Yeah.
because you work with so many flippers, and I do
Yes,
too,
so
and the
many.
investors that we worked with, we could kind of feel out what was going on with the market, and should be like, do you feel it slow down? Like, it's weird because real estate is like a roller coaster, and you can
All the
actually
time.
feel like the ups
know
and
what's
downs
kinda
when you're
coming next, when you're paying
so it's like she
attention.
goes, do you kind of feel? And I go, yeah, you know. So we'd really kind of mastermind with
Yeah,
what's going on with the
strategize
market.
what we're
so.
going to do next. So
Well, you know
that was
what?
really a great collaboration.
Doesn't it start with investors first when you see any kind of major shifts? Or they're the ones that kind of guide that, would you say? Just because I'm sorry, that just popped in my mind. So I was like,
I mean, it does. I mean, with investors, you can really feel it just because we list so many properties, and so
Well, investors are always looking for opportunities.
Right.
And I think with the market shifting and they're always looking, it's just more opportunities for them.
right,
Right.
And we
And
just
they're
have
going to
to-
jump on
and
it.
they're
if
gonna jump
the,
on
if
it.
the price
Yeah.
is right.
Yeah.
it's easier to feel when you're working with several deals with investors versus one seller. You know what I mean? So, and same with buyers, you can feel it with the buyers too, of how many offers are on the properties, and you know
And I
what's
think
going
work
on
with the
the market.
investor keep us in our tiptoes. I mean, we have to be very aware of the market and kind of predict like what's going to happen in the next 2 months, or you know, instead of just kind of quietly
Right.
watch the market. No, we're always on it.
Yeah,
Right.
investors
Yeah,
are definitely
investors are-
relying on our info and
Oh,
feedback of
very
like
much,
what
yeah.
we feel the market's going. You know,
Right.
so Priscilla, you are not from here. You are from
No,
Brazil,
I
and
am. I
so
was
tell us a
born
little
and
bit
raised.
of your background and where you came from.
Well, born and raised in Brazil, I moved to San Diego 19 years ago. It seems like it was yesterday, but it's 19 years. I just absolutely love this. I love San Diego. Feel very blessed to have the opportunity to live here, and got into real estate. My background was went to law school in Brazil, work as a real estate attorney, and when I first moved here, it was just I fell in love with the business. When my sister was buying her first home here, and it's been a great ride since. I love it.
And so when you got into the market like right before it crashed, right?
2006, end of 2006, I went full time in 2007.
Okay.
And 2008, it was just that we kept hearing all year, it's gonna crash, and it was just, and that's actually when my career was happening. I think I was in the right place and met the right person. I met this developer, and condo conversions at the time, it was just blooming. Everything was about condo conversion. And I met this guy. I sold some of his condo conversion projects. And actually, August 2008, I listed for him 29 units. And the market was in August.
wow.
And the market was just thinking, but I never really focused on that part. I just kept, okay, what can we do to adjust and really and sell these things, you know, and we did. Within 4 months, all 29 units were sold out.
Oh, wow.
Even with the market, really, banks were closing,
Yeah.
and it was nerve-wracking.
In
though.
2008, the market halted. Like
I'm never gonna forget
it just
this.
stopped.
Oh, it stopped.
That's such an interesting situation too for you.
Oh, it
because
was.
think about. Well, I just think about if you hadn't have met that developer.
I don't know where I would
Right.
be.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
Honest,
Be,
I wouldn't be.
Things would be
probably-
totally different.
Totally. I mean, he had an impact in my career.
Big time.
I don't even think he knows.
Yeah.
But I'm forever thankful to him because together we were like, okay, how are we going to strategize? How are we going to, let's not think of the negative. Let's strategize what can we do to sell these things fast. And because people wanted to buy, regardless what was going to happen, what was happening at that time. But it really, I mean, I'm never going to forget the day that I got 12 cancellations in one day.
oh my gosh.
It was crazy, and then you take a deep breath. I
What,
saw
a
him freaking.
buyers?
Buyers.
Oh, wow.
It was either buyers losing their jobs or their banks that they're getting the loan. Countrywide, Bear Stearns closing, literally shutting down. It was. Yeah, I'll never forget that time.
Yeah.
But just keep the mindset of, you know, let's adjust. And 4 months we sold everything,
Yeah.
and then. Okay, I'm never gonna forget. He sat in front of me and he's like, "Okay, what are we gonna do now?" And we were introduced to the auction platform. We met Don Rady, and he taught us like how the auction platform works, and he started flipping properties, and that's how I got into it. And it's been great. I love work with the investors.
Yeah, yeah. And I know I mean, 1 year you had helped sell, like, I don't even know how many.
2010 was my best year. I sold 117 properties.
Wow.
Did all by myself,
Yeah.
and looking, either I was searching for deals for this guy or listing his flips.
Yeah.
But it was 117 properties.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is he still around?
He is. I love him. He's around. We talk. Great family. He's not flipping as much as he was because the competition just got too big, and
Right.
he just doesn't really need. But he's around still. Yeah.
Right.
We're great friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting.
And then with the, you know, with you working with him and then going on to like other investors that you work with,
Well, he
how
opened
do
so
you
many
work with
doors
so
for
many?
me because I think I wasn't expecting. I was getting all these calls, and I became top 1%, and I never looked into, but people started noticing my name, and then other opportunities came. I got the call from PGI, which was also one of the largest flip company at that time, and so I started working with them as well, and it was a great experience. I think with PGI I sold over 150 properties.
Yeah. And it's not easy at all, you guys. I mean, working with these
No.
investors, they're high maintenance, and
Very.
they are on top of you, making sure that you're getting the most. And the thing with I love about Priscilla is that she is not waiting for a handout. She's not
Oh, no.
waiting for deals to come her way, or maybe an investor I could team up and, you know, he'll just list with me. It doesn't work that way.
No, it
If you
doesn't
want to
work that
be
way.
an agent working with investors, you have to work for it. I mean, whether you're getting a deal off market and you're giving it to them, or
a
you're shopping
wholesaler
around,
brings to you.
connecting wholesalers. Priscilla's constantly connecting wholesalers together. So wholesalers to her investors. It's because she networks with the people in this industry. You know, she knows all the investors, she knows wholesalers, she knows realtors, she knows, you know, and when you have a good reputation like her, people bring you stuff and they want to work with you. So I've watched over the years just Priscilla like connecting all these relationships, and that's why you are who you are today. And that's, you know, even with the way that the market is going, with everybody wanting to work with these investors and list properties, and they're totally discounting their fees, or they're hardly even charging some of them, and you get what you pay for. You know what I mean?
And I think the secret also get to know the market, and
Yep.
that's one thing that you and I mean, we did that's why we connect well with the investors. I mean, I never give a value of the property to an investor without driving to the property and get to know that neighborhood, or, and honesty. I talk investors out of certain deals that I know it doesn't work for them, and they're trying to force because they want to make it happen. I'm like, you know what? let's forget about, let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
And constantly just looking for deals for them. And
Well, because you can
opportunities.
either upsell it to
Yeah.
a investor and go, oh yeah, you can get 800,000 all day long. When in reality it's really 750 or maybe
Right.
775. That could
775.
kill the deal. You know,
Right.
so being honest with them on what you think and being a little more conservative, because
Right.
ultimately it comes back down to your shoulders.
Off your
Right.
shoulders.
When
yeah.
you tell them I could sell it for this.
100%.
Yeah, you know, so
Because
it's
real
a lot
estate
of
is all
weight.
about-
It's a lot of weight on your
trust too.
shoulders. Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot in the line.
Well, also, and this is what, if I'm hearing it correctly, the vibe that you give and what you've built and how you run your business, it's simple. You're going to do it right on the first time because you know that they're going to be the person who refers you
Oh, yes,
or gives you the next deal.
Absolutely.
So if you want the next deal, you got to do right by this deal. And
Yeah.
like you said, even actually being more conservative.
I
Right.
treated every deal actually that comes from an investor, even though I've been working with that person for a while. I treat it as if it was my first. So I want to always do the best I can
Right.
for them. And you know, for investors, it's all about velocity. They want this to happen fast. The sale has to happen fast. You have that. They give you a window the first week, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So you have to come up with all these strategies and really make it happen as fast as can. And the honesty, being honest with them.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
And the thing
course.
with like investors, it's like they're always looking for a discounted agent or someone that's gonna they think that's just gonna sell their properties. And the value with an agent like Priscilla that I see is that not only is she bringing them deals and making each deal, if they're making 30, 40, 50,000, 25,000, whatever it is that they're making off that, if she's bringing it, it's almost like she's giving you guys deals to make money.
Making
Like
money.
she's making you money. She's
Right.
not waiting for that handout.
right, yeah.
You know, she's making you guys money. There's a lot more value if you're working with an agent that's actually helping you make money as a company, especially these days. I mean, it's a tough market,
Well,
and you
but-
can't find deals that easy. I mean, they're
No, it's
fighting
really
over
difficult.
these
Well,
properties.
and I want to ask you about that if I can.
Yeah.
Because, again, I'm not a real estate agent, but I love these conversations because I selfishly learn a ton.
Right.
So, based on your experience back, like you said, in 2010, 11, 12, 12 you said was your best year?
2010.
10, okay. And do you guys feel like specifically San Diego County is not like it was with investing back then? Obviously, is it just, like you said, there's too many investors in the market now, or is there still always going to be, there's still always going to be opportunity, I'm assuming, but like you said, has it gotten just more difficult simply because of the amount of investors that are in the market?
Yes.
That and I
That
mean,
and-
back then, banks were giving homes away. Like
see.
Yeah.
there were so many properties on the market that were foreclosed on. Everything was a foreclosure or a short sale.
I see.
Like,
Banks
I
were
wish I was a little bit older. Like seriously, it drives me crazy that crash happened when I was like too young to.
Yeah.
I mean,
were-
And I wish
you
I would
were-
have. And I was going. I worked really hard at that time, but I was basically going with the flow. I was learning and just everything. It was just so overwhelming because it was everything new. I mean, the foreclosures and the short sale. Banks were learning how to work short sales
Exactly.
and with us. And the flipping industry, I had never learned about flipping. And then I wish I knew more. I would be. It would, yeah.
yeah.
We
We both are like, we wish we would have known.
Right.
But yeah, so
But it's more difficult now.
Well, I was going to say, it won't be the same as it was before, but obviously in real estate, and this is what I find kind of fascinating, you said there's this roller coaster. You just you figure out it pivots, right? You have to pivot and figure out what
Yeah.
we're selling
What's
next.
selling out.
yeah.
Yeah.
You constantly have to change with the market to be a good realtor, to be good in this industry, to be a good investor or flipper. You have to know what's coming up or foresee, and you have to have a few different exit strategies too
Yeah.
of what is going to happen if you can't sell this property, or what are you going to do? How much can you rent it for? Can you do an Airbnb or vacation
Yeah.
rental? Where's the location?
A lot of people probably don't think about that.
Yeah, you have to think
have
about
to think
a few
about,
Right.
exit strategies. I
Right.
mean, there's investors who, when there was a market correction, I mean, it was even there was kind of a market correction 4 or 5 years
I think it
ago.
was 4 years ago.
And a lot of these investors actually couldn't get their properties sold
was
for what
around
they needed to, and they started
2013,
renting
yeah.
them out for a while, and that's kind of happening now too. You know, there's some troubled properties
I've
that
seen some investors holding on to the property and just renting or doing Airbnb because they couldn't get what they
what they wanted.
wanted, and so they had to
Interesting.
refinance, and because they pay a lot for the money too,
Right.
those investors,
Right.
and kind of get wait to see what's going to happen to the market and
Yeah.
hold on to the property.
No, and I can see how they have so much. Like you
And
guys
there's-
said, there's a lot of
there's a lot
lot
of
of weight
weight.
on their
weight
shoulders,
on
yeah.
their shoulders too.
And when you're so involved, like I am, and I know Jacka is still with the investor, we're not just there. Oh, give me the property and let me
no, you
sell.
guys are homies. You're probably like you create you're friends with these people.
Yes.
We are, you know, we both have investors approach us every single day asking to work with us, asking if we have any fixers, you know,
even
wanting.
just want our opinion as do you really hey this person brought me this deal. I get those calls probably 4 or 5 times a day. Would you mind take a second look because he's telling me I can get this one, but I don't feel very confident. And then I'm always helping them, of course.
Yeah.
What percentage of your business is?
Investors,
Yeah.
I would say 75%.
Is that right?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So we have some comments, but I can't read them because I don't have my glasses
so
on.
Priscilla, we need your help because they're coming in.
Oh, it's all in Portuguese. People in Brazil, it's family members.
I don't know what they're saying. They're showing you love,
One of my good friend of mine is saying congratulations, but I'm not understanding anything.
Oh my God. That's great.
Rodrigo said yay, Jesse and Priscilla.
Oh, I love Rodrigo. That's funny.
Hey guys,
So
thanks for
Lisa
coming.
says because you're both badasses.
They are.
Yeah. We have 13 people watching.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Awesome. Well, thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, thanks for
And
watching.
Keep commenting.
And
And,
all
if
the
you
way
have
from
any
Brazil.
questions,
My
yeah,
sister
Brazil.
just
I
said
know,
congratulations. So it's cool.
We're around
so
the
awesome.
world.
So
Woohoo.
cool like that.
Awesome. So to kind of wrap up what you do with investors, Priscilla, I mean, you know, what is it that, what do you have that it really takes? Because I know investors flood towards you. I mean, is it just your transparency or is like, because, I mean, by watching you, I know it's just because you're so knowledgeable. Like you're not one of those agents that just try to like, oh yeah, I could price this property and kind of figure it out.
I think it's a transparency, and I'm extremely involved. I tell them what to do. Sometimes I get in I don't say a fight. I don't want to say a fight, but in a fight, I'm like, I am not going to list this property. It's not. We're not presenting the property well. It's going to backfire on you. Let's just tweak this, either the staging, or you need to do this in the backyard, or even add to that. Make improvements to the house, and then I will list it because buyers right now, they're extremely knowledgeable, and they know what they want, and they want perfection. We were talking about this the other day.
The trends that right now, the trends that are happening in the real estate market with the flips, like we see more requests for repairs. Like they're being very, very picky with their properties that they're buying. They want this perfect house, where before it wasn't so much like that, but like the request for repairs. So the investors really have to put in more time and energy when they're wrapping up, because you've just, they do these flips sometimes so fast that they don't go back
for
and
them
check
it's all
things.
velocity. They wanted the property on the market fast, and then they don't let us market properly, do the proper marketing to the advertise for the property, and they just want to sell them. And sometimes it's not like that. So I fight with them. I put my foot down. This is what we're gonna do, and they wait a week, but we sold within a week with multiple offers. I've still seen multiple offers, and I heard from Saddle Byrne once, and that stick with me. He said, treat your listing as if it was a celebrity. So I really go above and beyond that listing for my investors, make it create a pre-marketing. I'm doing big open houses to create a momentum, and to do, I hear people saying it's slowing down, but I don't see that. I'm still selling my listings really fast within the first or second weekend.
For
it hits the
investors,
market.
what do you see as like the best advice right now for them? What should they be doing as an investor flipping their properties? Should they be really like, putting in better finishes or quality, or
I think better finishes, and just look at the product that you were putting out there. Buyers want perfection, because prices in San Diego, some people they're shocked of how much we pay here. they pay for the house here, and so they expect the best.
Right.
And just, I mean, think of if you were the buyer, would you buy the property the way you're presenting the property? Get your agent involved.
Right.
Yeah.
Just don't tell them, hey, the property's ready, go take pictures, list
Yeah,
it. No.
use your agent
Well,
and get
use
some
your-
advice.
Yeah, get
Like,
some advice. Get
they
your
don't
agent.
do that often enough. Like if your agent is helping you sell the property, get advice from them. Ask them, even like if they have a little design sense or what
Yeah.
colors to use or products.
I am
Sometimes-
extremely involved. I walk when they get the property, they start renovation. I'll go walk the property with them and the contractors. Tell them knock down this wall or
Right.
do this and that in the backyard. This is a family neighborhood. So what would someone with 2 kids expect? Because you want them to walk and you want the buyer to walk and feel this is my home.
Totally.
And that's, I mean, just listen.
Especially if the person's not very creative.
Right.
Buyers are not
Like
actually.
sometimes they can't
They can't
see
see.
past that wall.
Buyers
see
aren't
past that
creative
color.
and investors are pretty good, I
They
would
are.
say, but you know, sometimes they are a little bit more closed-minded, and when we're looking at so many properties every day, not just fixer properties. Like investors are usually looking at fixer ugly homes.
Right.
You know, where we're going in and showing it all different types of homes, and we see what people want and like and some of the finishes and what's becoming a trend. And you know, I know Priscilla has like, no, you should take out this wall. I mean, I've done the same thing.
You've
We've
done the same thing.
experienced the same
Yeah.
thing, and
And
the
even with
heartaches
this-
when they don't listen to us. It's like,
Right.
I
And even
told
with
you.
the staging, it's like do the best that you can to put the best product, because you know, out there, because you're gonna get your offer quickly and sell for the top dollars that you want.
Yep. Yep. Photos, staging, all
Photo
of that is
staging,
very important.
yeah.
I mean, it's more important than
Presentation is
yeah,
everything.
Presentation, that first feeling. So.
And get your agent involved. It blows my mind when I see agents like, oh, the listing agent didn't even see the property and she was ready.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Right.
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 They
When
call it
you
sitting on the
said
market.
something that like I know I can attest to, which is the prices here. They're high, you know, and I want, if I'm buying it, I want it to be. I would want it
Perfect,
to absolutely be perfect.
Especially
you know, if I'm spending the
knowing,
money.
yeah, especially knowing that the investor bought for X amount of money, and people get so caught up. Oh my God, they're making this much money,
Yeah.
and they don't understand that
Yeah.
there was a lot of work put into the
yeah.
property, money.
Work and holding costs.
Holding
and,
costs.
I mean,
Right.
there's a lot of expenses, even the realtor fees to sell it and the buyer's
that.
agent. You know, there's fees that have to be paid out. I mean, that could be $30,000 right there just in
Yes.
realtor fees to resell. And then, you know, everything else that they're paying for, you know, the staging and everything that needs to be done. So there's not as much of a cushion or a spread that people think, you know. So
Yeah, I think like for the investors, say if you see any negative that a buyer, anyone can see,
Good point
just
out there.
overcome that before you even list the property, and just and have your agent get involved.
Right, right. And so going to you, Jessie, your turn. So what I love about Jessie is like I said, she came in to San Diego. I think I met you at one of my offices
Yeah.
like a while back, and you were just
I was in there. I remember. I went in there to pop in and see Melissa and John.
yeah, they were in the magazine.
And
that,
then I think you guys. I feel like you guys. You had because you
Oh,
had
we had
offices
an office
next.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a
And I remember
glass
and they were like,
wall.
"Oh, that's Jack and Priscilla. Like, you need to know them." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Like, hi, good to meet you."
but you were so bubbly and friendly back then when I first met you, and then you know I started noticing you more, and I seen you at events, and so she was like a social butterfly. Like she just went
Yes.
out there and just completely took over, and I think you just did such a good job putting yourself out there and marketing, and just everybody knew who you were. It's like you were the new popular kid. Like
Yeah,
you were just
the
like,
realtor
who's this popular
community.
kid? Yeah. But I love it because
Funny.
you know with real estate, like we're saying, I mean, everyone is in competition, and it's not about the
not about
competition. It's about
competition,
working
working
together. I mean, that's how
Mm-hmm.
you get deals done, is networking and meeting people. And you know what? I would much rather be friends with someone and get a deal accepted or accept their deal versus being like bitter and
Right.
competition. Oh my God, she got my listing, and
Right.
I went for that. hey, it happens.
Right.
You don't win them
Yeah.
all, you know.
Yes.
But I think the events that you've had are so much fun. We always have a blast.
Oh, we love
and-
Yeah, you guys are.
Oh,
you
we're
guys are
all the
always
last
holding
ones
it.
to live the party.
You guys are
Yeah, we're always the party givers. Oh yeah, we shut it down.
I love it. No, I love it. I'm like, sweet.
Yeah.
Like that's the good thing. And when there's those people that are the that are still sticking around, you know, and I'm like, okay, no one rushed out. Like,
We're like, where's the after party?
yeah, you're like, where are we going next? I'm like, okay.
You're always with us.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I could do that. Well, I could, and, by the way, I will go out next week. Let's go out
okay,
later.
let's do it.
Yeah.
After party.
I've already
We're planning the after party.
Yeah, I've already decided. It's declared.
going.
We're going out after the party.
So where did you come from? Like, what the heck? Where did you come from? And-
So I'm originally from West Virginia.
okay.
Oh, my
And then-
sister-in-law lives in West Virginia.
She
I've been there.
does?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. my husband always asks her, like, why? I don't know.
And by the way,
She's watching.
No, totally. And my family's watching, and I absolutely, and most of my family still lives
The
there.
people are so nice there.
No, and I absolutely like. Someone said this, or it's from a song. Like you could take the West Virginia, or you take the country out of the. You can take the girl out of the country. You can't take the country out of the girl. I don't know all that, but I, of course, still love where I'm from. I visit, once or twice a year, and all my family's still there, and it is a beautiful place. It's a very depressed economy, and so I knew really early on that this was not going to hold who I needed to be.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't know, I was 19, and then I think I left right after. Well, I'm from West Virginia, and then I went to school in West Virginia to WVU, like the big state school. I was from like a little town. Then I went to the big state school, and that's when I was like, oh my gosh, Italian people, Chinese people, there's all these races and
Was
amazing.
there any
'cause I'm-
Brazilians there?
yeah,
Oh,
no,
was
there
it?
was.
What?
It was so. But it was 3 hours from my hometown. I
Yes.
had never been more culture shocked in my life. It was
yes.
just such an awesome experience. I was like, wow, look at all these amazing people. I need to do something. Where are they all coming from? I want to go there.
Yeah.
And then moved to Boston after college. Spent about 10 years, and then moved here last year.
Okay.
About a year. Well, I take it back. A year and 10 months. 11 months.
Incredible.
So.
It feels like you were always being from here because
Yeah.
it's so. I mean, what you created is so big.
Well, thank you. And
Yeah.
it's funny because
I mean, that has to be
That has to be
scary.
scary.
Oh
Coming
my
from like a
gosh.
small town into San Diego, and then like having to approach all these big
Did
realtors.
you know anyone?
and-
No, I knew no one.
That's crazy.
Girl, I knew no one. I
Oh
knew
my
that I
God.
knew like 5 people who were all not even in the real estate industry whatsoever. So my first month was straight cold calling. I didn't know anybody, but immediately I was like, "Hey, listen, this is what we're building. This is the vision. It's not even launched yet, so I
Yeah.
need you to support me." Like,
Yeah.
and I really owe a ton of appreciation, praise, and just love to all the people, anybody who's a preferred partner with our platform.
Right.
They believed in me before this thing even existed. And they I don't want to say they had a ton of skin in the game because we didn't like charge a credit card until we went to print. So until we were actually fully funded too.
Right. Wow.
So my company's a good company. They weren't going to put me out just to see me fail if it
Yeah.
didn't go well. So that was awesome. But but again, all those people did take. They took the time to go, okay, you know what? Let's go ahead.
believe in you.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
And then it's just slowly but surely, maybe even, I guess we're all our own worst critics. So I wanted to be ramped up, and it took me 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to be 2 months, 3 months. I wanted to be in full print. Let's go. And it took way longer.
Yeah.
In my eyes, but that was actually a normal time.
Right.
That's a normal time to start a brand new business.
Right.
Not knowing a soul. I just
Right.
got to remember where I've come from.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and now we're fully funded for the next 3 years. And like you mentioned, and the kind of the title of the talk today is this collective collaboration. And we said before the show started, collective collaboration is the currency of the future. And I believe that not just in real estate, but every business.
Yes.
Every business. And there's not a competition. Going back to our events, we host these private social events for top producing realtors, some of the best rising stars in the county, owner brokers, just to get everybody a chance to really collaborate and connect. And our events are private to our partners who, again, help us fund this platform. And again, I just get so excited because if somebody just wants a feature, because our features are free to realtors that we feature, it's all nomination only, by the way.
Right.
So anybody that I've featured thus far and anyone in the future that I will feature has been personally nominated and referred by our partners and also by other realtors.
Yeah.
So that's really important to me
Yeah.
too. You can't
Yeah,
pay,
can't pay.
the highest bidder doesn't get the front cover. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
And I want to,
And that's good. I mean, that's nice because there's
fair,
so
though.
many magazines
Yeah.
now out there, and there's so many different things. It's like, okay, well, what is this going to cost me?
Right.
Like, okay, and there's even like, I don't know if they're fake magazines or, you know, the ones where you can like
I think I don't. Yeah.
pay to be on the front
Yeah.
cover.
Well, there's
And there's even ones that
there's
look
ones that
like
look
you're on a
like you're on a
magazine, and it's
magazine.
like I'm gonna buy 50 magazines and then I'm gonna pass them out to like
Right.
and again, that's cool, and there's a need for that
Yeah.
to some extent.
It's more
I'm not-
advertisement.
Advertisement than anything.
And you know
Very
what?
much.
I'm not here to like say that that's not bad or that's
Come
good or
on,
whatever.
trash talk.
No, I really do. Again, it goes back to like the collective collaboration thing. And the deal is, in my opinion, what I see is straight up abundance everywhere. So for me, that's my mindset. I'm like, he could be here, we can all be here. And even if I lost, like you mentioned, this is why, shout out to Melissa Tucci I featured her several months ago, but I remember her saying this, and this was her overall deal, and she also works really, really hard. But she even said, like, if I lose a deal, like I just go, oh, bummer, but on to the next. I got the next
Yes.
one. I got the next one. It's like, and you're happy for each other. So
Right.
if an agent ever creates like some bad blood or like, you know, I'm like, hey guys, like that's what I see someone's true colors. If they like lose a deal to somebody and then like get really angry or like trash talk or whatever it is, I'm
Right.
like, listen, just get the next one.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
you spend
there's
so
so
much
many.
energy. Go to
Actually,
the
I
next.
lost
Right.
one to Melissa Tucci, and the seller, she loved me, but she's like, you know, I chose Melissa Tucci for this reason, but you were the second one
Yeah.
right there behind her, but you did outbeat this other big, huge agent. So I was like, yes! I'm like, I outbeat him, but, you know, I'm like, if I'm going to lose to anybody, I'm happy to lose to Melissa Tucci because
Totally.
she's badass. I mean,
Totally.
she's
She's
like,
awesome. Yeah,
she's
I've
got
worked
like
with her.
mini robots or
I know.
something. Like she's
I
like,
think there's 10
she's
of
learned
them.
how to like duplicate herself,
Honestly.
and no one knows that there's not one Melissa Tucci. There's like several.
Several
Melissa
months.
Tucci.
I think so.
She crushed. You know what?
Yeah.
I don't, guys, all I know is when I text her, she literally replies back.
I know.
does.
Every stinking time.
And anytime,
That's
yeah.
that always
Always
impresses
the-
me because I know we're all so busy. But when someone gets back to me, I'm like, I'm just like, oh hell yeah! Like you go into my like, oh hell yeah box.
Yeah.
Like I love you. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm like that person's awesome.
Yeah.
So I forget. how
But
I
yeah,
started
I
talking about
mean,
that.
getting to know agents like that, getting to know agents working together, doing deals. I mean, that's how it all goes around, you know. And you know, with your magazine and the way that you network and the way that you put everybody together, I mean, it's awesome because
You
it
show
really
the
does.
fun, and there's no competition. We're just all in the same industry having fun and we mastermind a little bit, but you know, at the
Yeah.
parties and I love that you're showing the story behind the person that
Totally. Well, that's what I
instead of like
realized too.
flashing, oh, I'm making so much money and this and that. Real estate is more than
Right.
that.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. Real estate is just the vehicle for a lot of people. In fact, I was talking with Justin Brennan yesterday, and that's exactly what he said. Like, he's, you know, we're doing a story on him in the future, realtor as developer. And his goal is to do, you know, have multifamilies, not just in San Diego, but in apartment complexes and whatnot, and then outside of San Diego because he wants to sell residential, and that's fun and he enjoys it. But he's like, when I turn 60, I don't want to be doing this anymore.
Right.
I want to like be able to like provide a really great life for my family and just you know go the next level here.
Right.
And I forget how I started talking about that. Sorry. What did you say?
I'm sure there's no wine.
Or maybe we need some.
I know, right? I forget. Sometimes I just start.
Anyway, she likes you, Justin.
How you tell about the story behind?
Oh yeah, the story. No, we all
it's
come
not
here.
all like flashy and stuff.
Totally. Well, again, that's what I sneaky love about what I do. Because when I sit down with agents, it's always very much the same as far as success is concerned. It's the success leaves clues. They're just following the same clues.
Yeah.
But it's really cool because again, some people I'm sitting down and interviewing them. They had cancer. They almost died. They were working from their hospital bed. Like I hear stories like that.
Yeah.
I hear some deep, really family stuff. Like
Yeah.
just some stuff that I like when I hear these stories. I'm like, I have no idea how you're sitting here right now and have bounced back. Like I don't think I'd be able to do that.
Yeah.
And so to be able to kind of shine the light on that
Yeah.
That's what I get. I get a lot of love. I get a lot of great energy from that, and also perspective.
It's inspiring.
It's exactly. It inspires
inspiration,
me.
yeah.
So I know it's inspiring other agents, and then going back to it, the real goal is to just connect awesome real estate agents to some of the best and most referred affiliates in the county, and let you guys really just do a ton of business together, and give you guys the platform to connect.
Yeah.
And
Which is awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
It's
awesome.
awesome.
You've
It
done a
didn't
really
exist.
good job.
It
Yeah,
didn't
it didn't
exist here.
exist, and you you took the bull by its horns, and you did it, and you did it for us. So thank you. I mean,
You're
it's
welcome.
awesome.
No,
We had
I can't
fun.
do it without you guys.
So, what is your daily schedule like?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Do you just socialize and drink wine and
I
have
wish.
fun and party?
It's so funny because so I kickbox and I train Muay Thai, and I go to this UFC gym down in Mission Valley. And I remember this guy that I train with. He's like, "Where you been? I see you. I just see you partying all the time. Like, hey, you just where?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm not partying. It looks like I'm partying all the time." I was like, "But I'm not partying all the time."
It's not party, it's work.
No, and not only that, again, I get up at 5, I go work out. I have a very strict schedule, which when you get up at 5, you have to have that strict schedule.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because, yes, on Instagram and Facebook, and I do show the fun, lighter side. But today, I literally was up at 5. I had a deadline for our November issue. I'm jamming on the deadline. I'm making calls. I'm trying to do this. I'm calling this person. I'm texting this person. I'm putting things together for our event coming up. There's so many. I'm spinning a lot of of plates on my hands.
And it's just you, right?
Right now, my
Right
team
now,
is very
very
lean. So yes, I wear several hats. In fact, to all these viewers out here, I'm looking for a content coordinator / admin person. So that's my next big thing. So if you guys know of somebody who wants to or somebody even, I know Claire, you even had the opportunity to work here because of your past job and anyway, so we'll talk more about that. But yeah, I'm looking for people who are hungry to kind of get into this space with publishing, but also connect to the real estate community. And so,
And they get to have fun too, right?
yeah,
They get to go to all the events,
it's tons of fun. In fact, they would be doing the more fun part, and I would be doing the more work part.
Yeah.
So I'd keep my foot on the gas. I know, if we stripped it all away, I have to do 2 things, which is meet with real estate agents and meet with partners, potential partners, and our current partners, and connect the 2 of those communities together. That's all I really need to do. But I love photo shoots because they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I love things like this.
Right.
This is just great. This is great because we get to build a deeper relationship. Anytime I get to build a deeper relationship, count me in.
Yeah.
Count me in. And then, of course, a lot of times it's over some drinks. So.
Of course.
So you have a huge event coming
Yes.
up soon this month.
Yes.
So
Next week.
Next week,
We're
guys.
excited.
So if you're invited, you're the special one.
Yeah.
So.
So the events that we host are private. I do want, I want to be clear that they're private to our advertising partners. So if you are an affiliate of the real estate community and you'd like to come, you can find me right here on Facebook, and I'm very accessible. But we can talk about it. And but it is, it's private to those people who make
So
it
it's
all
a
happen.
1 year, right?
Yeah, it's our 1 year anniversary party. So it's going to be fun. And mostly, and again, when I stripped it all away, because I was trying to do all these things, and I was like, you know what? Again, the main goal is just to put real estate agents and our best affiliates in the room together, and let them combine and have a great time over a couple drinks and some food. And then, it's 4 to 7, so I was like, great, bring your significant other if you really, really want to, and go out, take them on a date night or something afterward. Whatever, have some fun.
Or join the after
just
party.
have
or join the after party. So we need to plan the after party. Maybe we go get dinner and then plan the after.
It's downtown, right?
It's
downtown?
downtown, so we have to go out afterward.
Oh, absolutely.
I've already told this guy I'm seeing that he's going out afterwards. Skip work Friday. No, I'm just kidding. He can go to work or whatever. We'll be out for a little bit.
Plan a light day
Plan a
on
light day.
Friday. So.
Yeah. No, it should be a great time, but it is our 1 year, so it's just a really pivotal, point, and I'm so excited about it. Again, I can't do it alone. I haven't done it alone.
Yeah.
Everybody, if you've had a conversation with me, you've impacted me and helped me one way or another, and so
Yeah.
we're only, here's the thing, we're only getting bigger. This is just kind of putting us on the map.
And there's other magazines in other areas,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
So do you have LA? Do you have LA yet?
We don't have
or-
LA yet, but in fact, there is a guy in LA that's launching a Real Producers. I'm meeting with him tomorrow. So, so actually, yes, and more to come on that. We kind of started on the East Coast and the Midwest.
Okay.
And oddly enough, California was like the last to kind of get involved. So I was the 22nd market to launch, and now, and I launched again last September, 22nd market. Now we're in 65 markets.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So, and we're still filling them up. So yeah, it's just been such a great hit. It totally makes sense. And it's just been really cool to merge the gap between print, social media, and in-person events. Again, that wasn't really happening before. There was some level of it happening, but not in the way that we've done. So it's really been kind of cool.
Well, you girls definitely have what it flipping takes.
Yeah, this was fun.
And I mean, the whole show was about just collaborating and
yes.
you know, being in this industry together.
work
You know,
together,
whether
yeah.
you're a realtor or you're not, but you help glue this together too.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. And thank you guys for all your comments.
Thank you.
You can find all of us on Facebook and have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.